Welcome back. You're watching Young Techs. Paris-born businessman Alexander Mars turned entrepreneur when he was just 17. Having successfully launched and sold several companies like Phone Valley, a mobile marketing agency, to Publicis Group in 2007, and instant messaging company Scroon to BlackBerry in 2013, Alexander decided to take the non-profit route when he was just 39. His Epic Foundation is a global non-profit startup headquartered in New York that's disrupting philanthropy using technology. Allowing people to select, monitor and experience their donations, Epic's objective is to inspire wealthy young donors to give away their money. CNBC TV 18 Shruti Mishra caught up with Alexander Mars. Here's an excerpt from that chat.
This was planned since almost 14 years old. I wanted us to first run businesses, and I want to build my own wealth and to use this to have an impact. Because what I understood when I was 17 is, if you really want to have an impact in the world, it's better to have resources. So I said, okay, let's do this. Let's build those resources, and after I will use this, and I will try to do good and to have an impact.
Epic Foundation essentially creates tools that help people give to charities, right? Social crowdfunding is huge in the US, it's coming up in India. So how are you different from your competitors?
We don't see a lot of competition in that space. But still, what we're saying is, so many people want to give more to social causes. So sometimes they are forced to because of some legislations, like in India. But most people, usually they want to give more, but they are not able to do it. Yeah. And then I started asking them, what's holding you back to not to give more money? And every time people were answering, we don't trust social organizations, we don't know where to start, we don't know just if it's effective or not, we don't have the time. So you know what, I will just wait a couple of years, and maybe one day, maybe when I will be retired, I will do good. And what we're saying, it's not the good thing to do.
How many organizations currently do you have on board, and what is the selection criteria really? How do you ensure they're credible NGOs?
We have taken the VC approach. So like a venture capitalist, we start at the very beginning of every year with hundreds of applications. This year, we have received 1,900 applications around the world, 100 just from India. And then we have spent 6 months, and that's what we're doing now, selecting only between 15 and 20 organizations every year.
So what do you look for in them?
The quality of the management team, the organization by itself, the numbers, the finance, and also you will look at the financial return, potential financial return at that time. We do everything similar, but we changed the financial return to social return.
You recently launched the beta version of the Impact app that actually allows donors to track where their money is being spent. Tell us more about that.
The app is a web app, so it's not an Android or it's not just an iPhone. It's on every single phone. You should be able to see every single day the impact of your money. So how many kids got a shot or a pill somewhere just around the world or in Africa, or how many kids girls were just being pulled out of the streets in this city. In the same way, you want to have access to this information, because that's a big difference really was between now and just even 3 years ago. You have access to this data now. So we are connecting our system to just NGO systems around the world, and many of them here in India. And after, you can have everything on your mobile phone.
Take me through your business model. How are you making Epic Foundation sustainable?
We don't have any business model, and that's
so 100% of the donations go to the organizations that donors really select.
Sure. So after this interview, Shruti, I'm sure you will go online and you will give, whatever you want to give, whatever rupees, and every single rupee you will give will go directly to the organizations you are selecting. So it's a pure model. And talking about just what I was building before, I built just different startups, and I made good money running those startups. And that was the goal. One of the goals was to have enough money to protect my own family, but after using this money to protect way more people. That's what we are doing now. And we believe that if we can have this money questions out of the equations, then you will just trust me more. And it's all about trust here. So 100% of what you give will go directly to the organizations. we take 0%, no cut, no commission.
So you're saying you personally cover up all the costs, right? At a young age, what motivates you really to part from your wealth, that you've created? And how long do you plan to go on like this?
For some people, maybe it's not totally just normal, but for me it is. I don't want to give this to my kids anyway, so I want to use this money and to leverage this money. So I've made good money. I'm not Gates. I'm not just Zuckerberg, even if I made good money. So I need to leverage this money. And leveraging this money is finding different ways to have more and more people joining us. And that's what we build with my team at Epic. We are building a movement. And the movement is everyone should be able to give more.
You sold your two ventures, Phone Valley and Scroon, to Publicis Group and to BlackBerry in 2007 and 2013 respectively. What made you sell out?
When you start something, you take 5 years to be either successful or not successful. The C option, where it's flat, usually doesn't work just alone.
But both your ventures were successful.
I was very lucky. I think when we sold, let's say, Phone Valley, we sold it to Publicis Group.
Yeah.
We were the largest mobile agency in Europe. But for me, it was hard to go. It would have needed different just access or capital funding to get to India and China and the US. And when we sold it to Publicis Group, because of the group, thanks to the group, we were able just to come in Mumbai, Delhi, Shanghai, Boston, New York, everywhere. And after 2 years of this, we were the largest mobile agency worldwide, not only in Europe. It was a mix between a nice and a good check, but also a good vision for my team and myself.
You like to invest in high growth companies through your family office, please, and you've already invested in Spotify, Pinterest, and I believe BlaBlaCar. Any Indian companies that you're looking for that you find interesting perhaps to invest?
Many interesting startups here. Snapdeal, the Jana, I don't know if you know them, also coming from the US, but very powerful and very interesting in terms of giving access to the internet for everyone. We are spending time with them. We know some of them, and they are very important. And that's for sure. I would love just meeting them more and more. And that's what we do in many different countries around the world, because those entrepreneurs, those tech entrepreneurs, were just making their barely just money in 2, 3, 5, 10 years. They want to give back. And they want to go also just to use technology. They want to use different aspects of their skills to have this positive impact on the world.
In India, there's 2% mandatory CSR. Do you think it's a good idea to actually force people or to do CSR? Do you think it really works?
I've heard for sure people were complaining about this. Some people were saying it didn't work, or they were finding ways to not paying the 2%. Yeah. The truth is, sometimes when people don't understand, you need to force them. I'm always for just sometimes forcing organizations or people to understand that it's needed. Yes, I love the 2%. What we do at Epic and what we do around the world is pushing and advocating for the 1% pledge. Yeah. So the 1% pledge is our budget going after corporations and explaining them that it will be wonderful if they can give 1% of their profits.
What can we expect from Epic Foundation by the end of 2016?
To keep yourself changing mindset. That's what we do. We've started everything 2 years ago. We've started raising money 6 months ago. So we'll announce the amount at the end of that year. So this year, end of 2016, we'll announce everything is transparent.
You can't give me a ballpark figure right now?
So the goal this year is to raise $10 million. Okay. That's the goal. And that's
how close are you?
We'll get there.
You're getting there?
Yeah, we'll get there.
Alexander here is wishing you all the very best, and we do hope you continue to motivate many more on your epic charity journey. It's time now for us to head into a break, but when we return, the story of homegrown sauce maker Weber.